Hey everyone, welcome back to another ranking video. Today we're ranking the top 10 best neighborhoods in Ottawa, and we're taking this from the video that we did the rankings on from the best to worst neighborhoods in Ottawa, and we're ranking the top 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the best neighborhoods, the best ones that have the least amount of traffic, and the ones that have the best amenities with the right amount of homes beside it. So let's get into the video, go through these top 10 neighborhoods. And if you have any questions about these neighborhoods, drop them below. If you're curious about what homes are available in these neighborhoods, drop a DM below and we will send them off to you. Thank you. And let's get to the video. All right. So, first neighborhood that we're going to look at is let's go Hintenberg. So, based on this one being very centrally located, really close to the highway with tons of walkability, it has like probably one of the best walkability scores in the city. I would say this one is most likely going to be in the top tier of this. I would rank it in the S tier just solely on the fact that you're easy access to the highway. Yes, there is more traffic, but you're in the center of the city. Like you're very close to lots of amenities. So you're going to have tons of restaurants and shops in the area. And that's why I'm going to rank it an S tier because it's so easy to get around there. You don't really need a car. A lot of people in that area don't actually use a car. There's the condos there do really well because they have such good walkable scores, and the restaurants speak for themselves. They're some of the best in the city. So that one we're going to keep at an S tier. Next one we're going to go to is New Edinburgh. This one I do like. Um, I do. I don't think I want to put it in an A tier of the top 10, or sorry, I'm going to put it in the A tier of the top 10. It is really good. It has good walkability, but it is just a little bit too close for me to Vanier. So you get a little bit of that drift from Vanier. And we know on the last video, we talked a lot about Vanier, about its negatives. So for New Edinburgh, I'm going to put it at an A tier. It does command a lot of higher price points, which is, if you're looking for a luxury home, there are going to be some good, really good ones in there. But yeah, New Edinburgh, solid A tier. I'm very like almost tempted to put it in an S tier in the top tens, but I'm going to keep it at an A tier. It is really close to downtown as well. So if you're looking for something with good amenities, a good walkable score, and close to downtown, this is it. If you're looking to get out of the city and go to Montreal or Toronto, this would be one of your toughest ones because you're going to be going through a lot of traffic to get out of there. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. On to the next one, we're going to go to Canada. This is probably one of my favorite suburbs. The reason why there's not the typical suburbs in this list because we're doing the top 10, right? So, and when I go top 10, I want to say, Canada has to be in the top 10 because it has some of the best amenities in the city. Like you have Tanger outlets, you're really close to Bayshore Mall, really easy access to the highway. It's the closest one to get to the 416 aside from Barhaven, but it's the easiest one. You have two routes going to Toronto. So if you're somebody that's moving from Toronto to Ottawa, this is probably a neighborhood that you want to keep an eye on because if you're trying to get back to Toronto, this is going to be your easiest path for the most part. I'm going to put this one in A tier, slightly behind New Edinburgh, just because it is more of a suburb, and you're not going to see too many unique homes. You're going to see a lot of cookie cutter homes, so that is something to be aware about. And just keep that in mind when you're looking there. It's going to be a lot of townhomes, singles, smaller singles, and stuff like that. There are some high end homes in that area, and there are certain pockets where there is really big estate homes, but overall Canada, you're going to see kind of cookie cutter ish type of homes with good amenities. The walkable score is not going to be that great because you do need a car to get around, but there's tons of amenities in the surrounding locations. So getting to the grocery stores, Costco, going shopping, and all that stuff is going to be fairly easy in Canada. On to the next one, Orleans. I'm almost tempted to put this one in A tier, just the way it's constructed. I really love the way that you get into Orleans and get out of it, right? So you have the 417 highway and you have Innis Road. So two straight lanes that are going through the whole area, which is fantastic because you have two different route options. Obviously, the LRT system is going to be helping this a lot, especially the fact that it goes from our trim road all the way down and it's going to really connect to the city. The amenities aren't as good as Canada. So I think for that fact, I'm going to have to put it at a B tier. The shopping mall experience is not that great. Like to get to Orleans, Plaster Orleans is not a great mall. It's got really uh, tiny stores, nothing really good there. Whereas Canada has easy access to Bayshore Mall, which is one of the better malls in the city. I would say Bayshore and Rideau are probably your best two. Saint Laurent Mall is getting out of Orleans, but you're not really getting much in Saint Laurent Mall either. So solid B tier, but overall really well constructed neighborhood, really well constructed suburb in general, and easy access to Montreal as well. So keep that in mind if you're a Montreal person coming to Ottawa. On to my next one is Riverside South. I do love Riverside South quite a bit. So going to be putting this one slightly above. I'm going to put it at a B tier above Orleans. The one reason why I like Riverside South is that it has easy access to the center of the city. So going through Riverside Drive, you can go all the way through and get to downtown fairly easily. It is up and coming, so it does have a little less amenities, but there are also tons of homes that are very different than the other suburbs. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you don't want cookie cutters and want a more of a premium builder, Riverside South should be your choice. Now we're going to be switching it up to the Glebe. So the Glebe is center of the city, very centrally located. You got Lansdowne right there. So, and you know what they're doing with Lansdowne. They're evolving it to Lansdowne 2.0. So that is automatically going to put us into an A tier. Really good walkable score, tons of local shops and convenience. So that is something that you're going to want to keep in mind. I'm going to put it as an S tier above, just below Hintenberg, but it is quite sought after. Some of the things that you want to keep in mind about the Glebe is that depending on the price point you're looking for, you might be getting into an older property. So that is one thing you want to keep in mind. Most of the properties in the Glebe could be from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and on. And those do need some extensive rentals. So keep that in mind when you are looking out for that. Now, on to Manotick. So, Manotick is one of my favorites. If you're looking for an executive style living with a village feel, Manotick will achieve that for you. It is further out from the city. The transit to get there, there isn't much. You do need a car to get to Manotick. I'm going to say Manotick, we're going to put in the highest part of A tier. The reason why is because it has a really good blend of new homes, estate homes, and some entry level homes that could use some renovating. So that is, there is different walks of life in Manotick, which is really good. The only thing I'd say is the transit is not great there. So if you're in Manotick, you're most likely staying in Manotick. But yeah, solid A tier. I do like it quite a bit. If you're looking for land, that is going to be one of the better spots for that. Now, Westboro. So Westboro, I'm going to put in the S tier. The reason why is because it's right beside Hintenberg. I can't really um, put it. I'm going to put it at a tie with Hindenburg, honestly. The reason why is because it does have a premium to live there, but it is one of the nicer areas, and the shopping area and the walkability score in Westboro is really good, and you have tons of easy access. It's also easy to get to the highway from Westboro as well, and you can get to the west end of the city very easily. So very similar to Hintenberg, I would put them at a tie of my two favorite neighborhoods in the city at the moment. And let's go on to the next one. So next one is Center Point. Um, I'm going to put it slightly above Riverside South. Um, it is nice. There isn't no new development coming there, which is a shame because there still is a lot of green space that could be developed. But it is very central in the West End. So if you're looking to be between, it's right very close to the 417. So you have the Woodruff and the Pinecrest Greenbank exits. So those are two different factors if you're getting on the highway. It also has Hunt Club Road. So getting to the south end of the city is very easy, West End and all that stuff. It has really good stuff like that, but it's also got, Algonquin College is in the area. Algonquin College Square is there as well. So lots of shopping, lots of amenities, also tons and tons of schools surrounding the area. So if you're looking for French immersion, if you're looking for certain types of schools, Center Point is going to be one of those differing factors. And that's why I put it at a B tier. I would be tempted to put it in an A tier, but I would put it as a B for now, just on the fact that there is no new development, and kind of what you see is what you get for those homes. You're probably going to be renovating. You're probably going to be buying something a little bit older, fixing it up, or buying something that's been already renovated and paying a premium for that. So the one negative I'd say about Center Point is that you don't have much variety in terms of a home there. Last one on the list. So what do we got here? Now we got Alta Vista. This one, I think I didn't even have a picture to put up of an Alta Vista sign, but um, Alta Vista, one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's very doctor friendly because we have the major hospital there. A lot of doctors do live in that neighborhood. So if you're looking to be close to the hospitals, whether you have a relative that's sick and you need to be easy access to the hospitals, or whether you need to be, whether you're working at the hospitals, this is probably going to be a premium for you. It does typically command a premium, but it is an older neighborhood. It's mature, lots of trees, lots of greenery. It's really good like that, but it also does command a premium for some older homes, kind of similar to the Glebe. But you are going to be able to see some nice homes in there that also have been renovated or been fully torn down and rebuilt altogether. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one above Manitic just because it's in the city. You have easy access to the highway. You're right beside train yards, so you have tons of amenities there, and transit is really, really good there. I wouldn't say it's a super great walkable score, but you do have really good transit with the bus system, getting to train yards and all that stuff. It's gonna be super easy to commute from there. So that's it for now. That's my top 10, ranking the top 10 best neighborhoods in Ottawa. And that's where I would put them. Hintenberg as my best so far. Orleans technically as my worst, but it's hard to be the worst in a top 10. If you guys have any questions about these or want to see more tier lists about neighborhoods and about things in Ottawa, drop a comment below and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much and have a great day.